Okay, so here's a question I was helping a student with yesterday. So what we need to do here is in the cuboid below, calculate the length of the line AH and then give our answer to three significant figures. Okay, so we can see that red line there represents the line AH connecting the bottom left-hand corner closest to us to the far top right-hand corner. Okay, so we can see that this actually makes a right angle triangle inside of the cuboid. Okay, so let's draw. So we've got AH is the hypotenuse, then HC is going to be the opposite side, and then we can draw another line down at the bottom here, AC, that's going to be the base of the triangle. Okay, so now we've got a right hand triangle that's located inside the cuboid. But the problem here is we've only got one of the sides. We've only got HC. Okay, so we need to find AH. We've only got HC, which means that our first step is going to be to try and find AC here. Okay, so that means we've got another right-hand triangle, ABC, down at the bottom here. Okay, so let's have a go at doing that. So if you want to have a go at this, pause the video for a few seconds, give it a try. Okay, and then play the video and we'll carry on. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Pythagoras to find the length AC. Okay, so we know Pythagoras' theorem is given by a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, and now this thing is a major tip that doesn't just apply to this topic, it applies to all topics. So what you want to do is use the letters they've given you in the diagram and substitute that in before you substitute the numbers. So this is really going to reduce the number of mistakes you make. Okay, so we've got AB squared plus BC squared equals AC squared. Okay, so that's just a nice step. It makes it much easier for the examiner to know what you're talking about. Makes it much easier for you as well to know for 100% you're using the right length in the right place. Okay, so now we can substitute in our numbers. So AB is 12, so we've got 12 squared plus 5 squared, and that equals 144 plus 25, which equals 169. So now we know that 169 is equal to AC squared. Okay, so let's just write that more clearly down here. So AC squared is 169. So now we want AC by itself, so we're going to take a square root of both sides. So we can say AC equals 13. Okay, let's put that on our diagram. So always do this. Once you find out something new, just put it on the diagram. Makes it a lot easier for you. 13. You can see that works out quite nicely because AC and HC are both 13. So that makes it quite easy for us. Okay, so now, as I said at the start, we've got this new triangle here. So ACH, so the blue line and the red line make up this new triangle that's inside the cuboid. Okay, so again, I'm going to just give you a few seconds, pause the video, have a go at the last step, then we'll carry on. Okay, so now we're going to do AC squared plus ACH squared is going to give us AH squared. AC squared plus ACH squared equals AH squared, which will be our final answer. Okay, so very convenient, they're both 13. So we can say 13 squared plus 13 squared equals. So again, this is one thing you want to do. You always want to use kind of information you have previously in the question. So because we knew the square root of 169 is 13, you should be able to kind of straight away get that 13 squared. It's going to be 169. 169 plus 169, which will give us 338, which is AH squared. Okay, so then let's write that more clearly again. So then we've got AH squared equals 338. Again, we'll take the square root of both sides. Then we just want to kind of think, is 338 a square number? If you're not sure, pause it, work it out for yourself. Okay, so 338 is not a square number. So let's say AH equals, we're going to need a calculator for this bit. Okay, so square root of 338 is 18.384. Okay, so let's say 18.384. And now what we want to do is, as they said in the question, let's round it to 3 significant figures. Okay, so the 8 is bigger than 5, so we're going to round the 3, which is the third significant figure, up to 4. So we've got 18.4 centimetres as a final answer.